Good afternoon and welcome to the Battlesnake Winter Classic
Hey.
recap and pregame show. I'm Noah Warder and with me is Brad Van Voot.
Hey. How's it going, Noah?
It's going well. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah,
It's a little warm here in the Battlesnake studio,
it is a little warm.
but we're used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all right.
it's okay.
All right.
It's better than being too cold.
Maybe.
All right, so let's kind of talk about what we're doing here today. So we're gonna.
What is a pregame show?
What is a pregame show?
I don't even know. We haven't done this before.
No, this is all new on Battlesnake. So, pregame show, we're going to talk about the Winter Classic and what's happened so far and what to expect day 3 coming up Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, so Brad, let's take a quick look at what happened and look at when were our first 2 days. So,
Yeah.
day 1, November 16th, 3 p.m. We saw some great teams come out. We saw a lot of good teams and a lot of good competition.
It was a banner day for Battlesnake Winter Classic.
It was
the first one ever.
First ever.
We had a ton of teams show up. We had a reasonable amount of technical difficulties, which is fine. We're used to it. We know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Battlesnake without
It
a
wouldn't be
little
Battlesnake
bit of
without
that.
some technical difficulties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then day 2, November 30th, also at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Even more teams showed up.
Also a great day.
Yeah.
The competition on day 2 was definitely stronger and more fierce, I would say, than
Definitely
day 1.
fierce. Yeah.
I think day 1, once some snakes sort of figured out how it works, how the competition, and got a feel for the format, day 2, everyone was ready to go. Definitely.
People were shedding skin and growing their
It's
snakes.
gross.
So now we're coming up to day 3, this Saturday, December
Saturday,
21st,
yeah.
1 p.m. Pacific
With a
Standard
time
Time.
change.
Time change.
Why did we change the time?
Well, we've noticed a lot of our competitors are coming from us from not in the Pacific or Eastern time zones. We got a lot of European teams. We're seeing teams from the Asia Pacific region, New Zealand, Australia. So we thought maybe we could accommodate a few of those teams,
Yeah.
make it a little bit earlier, help them out, make it so they're not up at 3 a.m. watching the Battlesnake Winter Classic. But I mean, like, what else are you gonna do
What
at
else are you
3
gonna do at
a.m.?
3 a.m.?
Yeah.
It's only Battlesnake.
It's all
That's
about
what I do.
Battlesnake.
I save it for 3 a.m. Yeah, we've had 65 teams. 65, more than 65. I'm just getting a note here. More than 65 teams registered for day 3 of the Battlesnake Winter Classic. This is crazy.
Exciting.
Exciting. This is way more teams than we were expecting. And like you said, they're from everywhere. They're from all over. Definitely strong Canadian and U.S. representation. But Germany, Norway, Sweden, Spain, New Zealand, Australia, teams and developers are coming out from everywhere to participate and see how well they can do.
Yeah, I mean, where else can you go to fight snakes? Where else?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
It's Battlesnake, or you just don't. And who wants that?
No one wants that.
No one wants
wants
that.
that. All right. So let's talk about the Winter Classic a little bit. Like what's happening, the breakdown of it. So we've got our 2 tournament divisions. We've got our rookies
Yep.
and our veterans.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the rookies. So the rookies, these are our first timers. These are, your junior developers, people who've never really played in the Battlesnake arena before.
Yeah, most the rookie games are definitely much more dynamic and definitely more interesting and surprising to watch. Right, most of the competitors in the rookie division have been working on their snakes for a year or less. Some of them for like all weekend, which is awesome. We love to see that, and we want to see those teams do well as well. But the rookie division is always fun. It's always a fun place to be.
Very experimental.
Yeah, super experimental. And we've had veteran developers move into the rookie division to try a new algorithm, try a new language, to try a new strategy, just to see try something new, try something interesting, try something fun.
Yeah, or experiment with really obscure programming languages that they have no idea how to use.
Yeah.
Which is always fun to see.
So yeah, rookie division's great.
Yeah, and then we have our veterans. Our veterans are the heavy hitters. These are the teams that have been around for a few years. They've competed a few times, and they know what they're getting into. They know what the competition is all about.
And a lot of these veteran teams have been working on their snakes for years, multiple years. Some, upwards of 4 or 5 at this point, which is crazy. But they've been working on these snakes and refining them and working on their algorithms to get them very, very, very specific and very, very interesting and dynamic with their strategies. We have snakes in the veteran division that enable completely different strategies based on the number of snakes, based on which snakes are involved, based on what stage of the game they're at. There's a lot of interesting, a lot of very thoughtful and very careful consideration happening in the veteran division.
Yeah, and some of these veterans were rookies just only a year or two ago.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some groups move from rookie into veteran and continue to do well.
Yeah,
that's definitely possible. And actually pretty common.
Yeah, and bringing whole new strategies and whole new ideas to the division.
Yeah,
and, that makes things extra exciting.
Walk us through Noah the battle. So the Battlesnake Winter Classic has a championship.
It does.
We've been talking about all the individual days, but what happens at the end? What is all this for?
So this is all really for the title of the Winter Classic champion, the first ever Winter Classic champion,
the inaugural Winter Classic champion.
Yeah. And so, all 3 days, we've got our winners in each division.
Yeah.
And those winners are going to go head-to-head for a championship battle. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that format looks like. But the big thing there is the championship jacket.
What do they get?
They get the Winter Classic championship jacket exclusive. Yeah. And when I say exclusive, I really mean exclusive. Like Brad and I don't get these jackets.
How many of these jackets exist?
None.
Yet. None yet.
Yet.
They're going to be. We're talking not only exclusive. We're talking custom printed, just for you.
Just for the winners. Yeah. And so these are going to be made and embroidered with Winter Classic Champion 2019.
I'm so jealous.
I know.
I really want one of these jackets.
I know.
It's kind of silly that we don't get them.
You got to build a snake.
I can't.
You got to join the tournament.
I tried.
We're not good enough.
We're not good enough. Awesome. Yeah. So let's talk about how you can stay connected with Battlesnake and follow us through. Follow us through not only the Winter Classic, but also what we're doing over the coming years. We're available on Twitter, on Facebook. We just started a brand new subreddit dedicated to Battlesnake, which is exciting. So we're still figuring that out, and jump in there and get involved and let us know what content you'd want to see there and what you want us to share. We've been on Instagram for a while.
We have.
Great.
Yeah.
Always fun behind-the-scenes photos of both the day of and the tournament, and you can get some more interesting content as to what goes into making Battlesnake happen.
Sneak peeks, new swag, merchandise.
Yeah.
Maybe even you get to see what the championship jacket looks like once they arrive.
Maybe you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then obviously follow us here on Twitch. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button. Make sure you turn on notifications so you'll get notified everywhere you are, everywhere you'll be for when we go live, and you can tune in and catch interesting, strange, fun content like this, like our first pregame show. Impromptu pregame show. Or obviously on Saturday when day 3 goes live, you'll be notified for that as well, and you can tune in and watch.
Yeah, so when does that happen again?
It's this Saturday, the 21st.
1
p.m.
1 p.m.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Awesome.
All right. So let's walk through day 1 of the rookie division, Brad. What happened?
Let's relive
the glory.
Relive the journey that was day 1 Winter Classic. Okay. We're going to talk very specifically about the rookie division. So going back to what we were talking about earlier, these are more junior developers that are just sort of early on in their career. Most of these snakes have been built in a year or less, and they're trying new ideas, or trying new languages, or trying technologies. And so the rookie division is a lot of surprises and a lot of unexpected behavior, if you will. Let's talk about what happened day 1. So day 1, we had 27 teams register for the rookie division.
Exciting.
Which is super exciting. We had 4 groups, about 7 or 8 snakes per group. And you can see here on screen, from each group, we moved on 2 snakes. So for each group, we would play 2 games, and the winner from each game would move on to the quarterfinals. And so you can see on screen from Group A, we had Ravioli and Oliver King move on. Ravioli is definitely one of the more notable snakes.
Someone to watch out for.
The Winter Classic. We'll touch on that as we go. You'll see you'll see sort of the story that's developing behind Ravioli. Coming out of Group B, we had Jay-Wei and Cow, another notable name out of the rookie division. Coming out of Group C, we had Tall Smock, and then we also had Bovary's Code University. And then coming into Group D, Crimps moved on, as well as All Your Snack. And that was a smaller group. There was only 6 snakes in Group D, so it was a little tighter competition. But Crimson Snack were able to take top spot.
And Crimps is also a notable snake.
Crimps has been doing well.
Crimps has been doing well.
You can't deny that Crimps has figured out how to do something right. For the Day 1 Rookie Division Finals, so quarterfinals, 8 snakes, 3 games, 3 snakes move on to the semifinals. Coming out of the quarterfinals, Ravioli again, Talk Small, and Crimps. So those are your top 3 coming out of the groups. They managed to break into the semifinals. Semifinals, 3 snakes. We bring it down to 2. So moving on to the grand final were Talk Small and Ravioli. And then let's talk about the grand final rookie Day 1 division. It's a head-to-head.
1v1.
1v1. 1 game only. So sudden death. Sudden death, if you will.
Very exciting.
Always exciting. This is Battlesnake in its purest form, right? The 1v1 competition. And we had Talk Small actually came out victorious.
It did.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic game. Ravioli is definitely a contender in this bracket, as we'll see later.
Had a very strong showing.
But tell me a bit about Talk Small. I think Talk Small is interesting, and there's definitely an interesting storyline there.
Yeah, Talk Small. We've seen Talk Small a couple times in years past, and they've definitely participated in some of the Battlesnake tournaments before. And I'd say the most interesting thing about Team Talk Small is that they write their snake in small talk.
Yeah,
which you don't see anymore.
You definitely
ever really.
Modern web development is not done in small talk. And so it's right there in their name. They're open about it. They're excited about it. They do it because it's fun and it's interesting for them. And that's awesome. That's one of the coolest things about Battlesnake is you can choose whatever technology you want. If you want to choose something super popular, if you want to choose something super obscure, go nuts and make it happen. That's great. Yeah. So we love to see that. And we've been following Team Talk Small throughout the years, and super happy that they were able to make the Winter Classic and
join us,
get a good standing. For sure. That's Day 1 of the rookie division. Let's move on to Day 2.
Yep.
Very similar format for Day 2.
Still talking about the rookies.
Still talking about the rookies. So these are all developers early on in their careers, and snakes that have been developed for a year or less. Sort of thing. We had 32 teams come out for Day 2. So we had a bunch of teams register between Day 1 and Day 2, and of course that's allowed. We encourage that. Get involved. If you have a snake and you want to register for Day 3, go for it. Registration's
still open.
Still open. It'll be open right up until Saturday morning. So we had 32 teams, 4 groups, 8. That means exactly 8 snakes per group. You can see here, Group A, we had a newcomer, Konix Code, moved on from Group A, as well as Crimps again.
Crimps again?
Yeah.
Strong showing from Crimps day over day.
Yeah, yeah. And then Group B, Cow and Robosneck. Again, Cow moved on out of the group stage.
Another strong showing.
Strong showing. We had one newcomer in Group B, the Silent Kid. Wasn't able to move on, but super excited to see them show up.
See what happens Day 3.
We'll see what happens Day 3. Group C, moving on, we had Project Z and Peliquitos. Both of those were involved in Day 1, but weren't able to make it out of the group stage.
So no, they weren't.
Those are new finalists. For Day 2.
Peliquitos is coming from Spain as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So another reason we dropped that showtime till 1 p.m., hoping that the Peliquito team
make it easier for some of these new teams to
tune
watch in real time, live. New teams in Group C for Day 2, Mr. SB and Mid Guardians of the Galaxy. Super exciting teams to see. We're glad they showed up. We hope they do well in Day 3 as well. And then let's talk about Group D. Moving on from Group D, Ravioli again, making their second showing in the quarterfinals, and a newcomer, Snake Keeper. We don't know much about Snake Keeper.
No, we
don't know who that is, but they showed up and they were able to break out of the group stage right away, which is awesome. For Day 2 Rookie Division Finals, so all the names that we just mentioned that moved on: Konix Code, Crimps, Cow, Robosneck, Peliquitos, Project Z, Ravioli, and Snake Keeper. Of those, we played 3 games, and 3 snakes moved on. Peliquitos, Project Z, and Ravioli were able to move on. And then from the semifinals, Ravioli and Project Z made it to the grand finals.
That head-to-head.
So this is Ravioli. That was Ravioli's second time in the grand finals. In day one they were there, and day two they were also there. So they're batting 100% on making it to the finals in the Battlesnake Winter Classic rookie division. And day two they were able to take it. So
take the top spot. They're able to take it away from Project Z.
Head-to-head 1v1. They snuck out the win.
But we did something different day two, did we not?
We did, yeah. This is worth discussing. Day two, we wanted to try a new format for the finals. So day two finals was a best of three. So it was head-to-head, but it was not sudden death.
No.
We actually played 2 games, and I believe Ravioli won 2 games right away.
In a row.
2 games in a row, and then took the title and got their ticket to the Battlesnake Grand Championship.
For that sweet championship jacket.
Yeah, but I think we liked that. That was an experiment. I think we liked it. I think best of 3 is interesting. It's fun to watch. We like head to head. Head to head is, like I said, it's Battlesnake in its purest form. Right? But best of 3 just makes it more exciting.
Well, and snakes tend to act quite differently on a board when there's only one other snake than when there's 7 other snakes.
It's a whole different problem. Playing against 7 snakes versus playing against 1 snake, for sure. All right, so coming out of day 2, heading into the Battlesnake Winter Classic Championship on day 3. Where are we at currently, Noah?
So we've got Talk Small, who they're writing in Small Talk. One of the fan favorites, definitely. They've got a little bit of a following. They've been around for a few years, and Ravioli, who is the newcomer. Yeah. Coming from Germany.
Yeah.
And who knows who's going to join them day 3? That's the exciting part. Who's going to join them?
These are 2 snakes that have had amazing showings in the Winter Classic so far. With Talk Small taking day 1, the first ever Battlesnake Winter Classic Rookie Division winner. And obviously there's a massive backstory there behind Talk Small and their showing in Battlesnake so far. And then Ravioli making it to the finals both days and getting their spot in the rookie division. So we're super excited to see who takes that 3rd slot on Saturday.
I'm also really excited to see what kind of grudge match we have between Talk Small and Ravioli, because Talk Small took out Ravioli day 1 to take that title ship.
I mean, Ravioli has a mountain to climb if they're going to try to take on Talk Small, right?
This is true.
They've been defeated once already, so what'll happen? Let's talk about the veteran division. Yeah, so we're going to go through day 1 and day 2 for the veteran division again. Day 1, less teams, slightly smaller competition in the veteran, but much more fierce.
Yes,
if you will.
The level is higher.
It's up there. Yeah. Veteran division had 23 teams registered for day 1. For Group A, or this made 4 groups, and then from each group, two snakes would move on to the quarterfinals, or 2 teams would move on to the quarterfinals. So coming out of Group A, we had Plan, Do, Check, Act is their full name, and Swedish Vikings. Also 2 big names in the veteran division.
Yeah, 2 to watch for.
2 to definitely watch for. Coming out of Group B, we had Broken Crown and Neater Snake. Coming out of Group C, we had Secret Snake and OP2. And coming out of Group D, we had the Fisherman and Sneckety Sneck. That's a tough one to say.
Sneckety Snack.
But we made it through it.
Yeah. Especially because Sneckety Snack was fighting Sneaky Snake.
Sneaky Snake, yes. Yeah. Don't confuse those. So this is what the group stage for the day 1 veteran division looked like. Moving on into the finals round. Quarterfinals with 8 snakes, all the ones we mentioned, but specifically moving on to the semifinals, Plan, Do, Check, Act, Swedish Vikings, and Neater Snake. Yeah. And then semifinals came down to those 3 snakes, and then moving on to the finals was Swedish Vikings and Neater Snake. And then grand final, day 1, 1v1 sudden death. This is before we implemented the best of 3 format. Neater Snake took the top spot.
They did.
Yeah.
They were able to take out the Vikings.
What do we know about Neater Snake?
Neater Snake showed up just this past tournament in March. A team from Germany. They took 2nd place in the intermediate division at the live event here in Victoria. But the interesting thing about Neater Snake is that they are really plugging away at their algorithms for their snake. They're They're experimenting with a lot of different things. They're doing research on this.
They wrote an academic paper.
They wrote an academic
on
paper
on their Battlesnake strategy
and presented it at a conference.
I think it's public now. I think
it is.
You
Yeah,
can
you
read it if you want.
Go to Google Scholar and search Battlesnake, and it is the first thing that shows up.
They have said that they've adjusted the algorithm from what they published, and so it's not an exact replication of what they do. They have evolved since then. But sort of the core of what they're doing is all captured there. And so if you want it, you can check it out and read it online.
Yeah. And if you want to really learn more, we actually did an interview with Snake.
We did.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It was exciting. It was great to hear more about how they figured out their snake, why they came to Battlesnake, and their motivation behind the Neater name.
Yeah. Is that interview live?
It is live.
It is live.
It's live on YouTube, on our channel.
Okay.
Go check it out. It's about 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
And if you want to see what Neater is doing, that's a good place to start.
That's great. And this is part of an ongoing developer interview series that you're actually running.
I am, yeah.
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 Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, like so as Battlesnake progresses and we have more teams winning and more teams joining us, we're going to be talking to these developers and finding out, why are they running with Battlesnake? What are they building? What strategies are they employing? And just, let's learn more about what people are doing with machine learning, reinforcement learning, the different algorithms they're employing for their snakes.
Yeah.
And just, let's talk about that some more. I'm actually talking to Secret Snake this Friday.
Oh, awesome. I didn't even know that. That's great.
Yeah, so excited to be talking to Secret Snake, who, well, I'm not gonna
Don't spoil.
I'm not gonna know spoilers. Yeah.
Calm down.
No.
Yeah. All right, close one. Let's move on.
I might say something I shouldn't.
We'll save that for Curtis during the live stream.
Perfect. Yeah, he can get in trouble.
Yeah. Let's talk about day 2 veteran division. So more snakes. Again, we had teams register for the veteran division between day 1 and day 2, which is great. But most interestingly, you can see on screen here, the new snakes are sort of marked as newcomers to day 2. Let's talk about some of these snakes because I think there's some interesting names that showed up.
Yeah.
First of all, in Group C, we had Toxmal. What's the story there? Toxmal won the rookie division day 1. Why were they in veteran division day 2?
So Toxmal actually reached out to the Battlesnake team asking if they could get bumped up to the veteran division. They wanted to join that fierce competition. They wanted to see how their snake would compete against the top tier Boombas.
Yeah, the top tier Boomba, if you will.
Boomba, yes, yeah. And so they got bumped into the veteran division.
Yeah. So they will compete in the Grand Championship for the rookie division, and we'll see how well they do in the veteran division as well. But more as an experiment to them. They're curious how they fare. And you can see here, Group C, they did not move on.
They did not,
but they did learn some stuff. They learned some new strategies, and so hopefully they can have a better showing on day 3.
I mean, they were putting up a really top tier Boomba. I mean, you had both Neater Snake and Plan Do Check Act in there.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about Group A. We'll cut back over to Group A. 2 newcomers in Group A, both infamous in the
That's a good way to
Battlesnake
put
community.
it.
First up, Chicken Snake. What do we know about Chicken Snake?
Chicken Snake is definitely one of the fan favorites of the Battlesnake community.
Oh, absolutely.
Chicken Snake
I think there were shirts made to Chicken Snake at one point.
Chicken Snake showed up, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
It was the first one, so it would have been 5 years ago.
Yeah. And so Chicken Snake is a chicken. Just runs away.
Just full chicken mode.
Yeah, full chicken, goes and hides in a corner. Yeah. But it worked.
It worked?
It worked.
It worked back then.
It doesn't work so well now. But Chicken Snake stays true to form.
They do.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
And they're happy with it.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about Chicken Snake in a minute, but also in Group A, Undefined Behavior. What do we know about Undefined Behavior?
Undefined Behavior was the 2019 Advanced Division champion for
We're talking about the in-person
live
in Victoria event.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so Undefined Behavior came in with a whole new strategy, something we had never seen before, and threw everyone off their game. Probably one of the more stressful games we've ever had at a Battlesnake tournament.
Our casters were freaked out. They didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to handle this strategy. That no one had seen it before. And clearly the snakes that they were up against didn't know what to do with it either. They'd never seen it before. But they took first place.
It paid off.
Yeah.
That crazy undefined behavior of theirs really paid off, and they were able to take that top spot.
Let's cut over to Group D and talk about Karina.
Karina
showed up. Karina is a father-daughter team.
Oh.
Yeah, from here in Victoria. Actually,
right.
Which is awesome. It's always exciting to see that. And so they participated in a few live events, but this is the first online event. They got involved in the Winter Classic for day 2. Fantastic. Super exciting to see.
Very exciting.
So let's get back into the division. So 4 groups, 2 games per group. Top snake, winner of each game is going to move on. Group A, Undefined Behavior and Spectral moved on. Group B, OP2 and Secret Snake. And then Group C, Neater Snake. OP2 was also one that moved on in day 1, but Neater Snake also moved on. And then Plan, Do, Check, Act was there again. Again, another strong showing from Plan, Do, Check, Act. And then Karina and Swedish Vikings. So a lot of familiar names.
Yes.
Coming out of Veteran Division Day 2, which is great. We love to see that. For the finals for Day 2 Veteran Division, 8 snakes, 3 games. Top 3 snakes move on. Spectral, Secret Snake, and Plan, Do, Check, Act. There's some upsets.
Yeah, there was a couple of unexpected outcomes. A lot of people thought Neater and Swedish Vikings, who were the top 2 day 1, were going to be moving on.
They were right there in the final.
Yeah.
And then also Undefined Behavior didn't make it out of the quarterfinals.
No.
We were talking with Undefined Behavior after, and they said that they had tweaked some of their algorithm a little bit, specifically for the Winter Classic. They might undo those changes and see if they go back to a more conventional Undefined Behavior strategy. But we'll see. So they definitely weren't happy with that result. And then the semifinals, Secret Snake, Plan, Do, Check, Act moved on to the grand final. Grand final day 2, a best of 3, 1v1 head-to-head, with Secret Snake taking the crown.
Taking the top spot.
Yeah, Plan, Do, Check, Act, a strong snake. That was
strong showing again.
Close and they made it late stage day 1. Semifinals. But Secret Snake was able to snake it out, if you will. Awesome. That's Veteran Division. So that's up until day 3 and going into day 3. Let's talk about where we're at with the Winter Classic Championship.
Yeah. So Veteran Division Championship round. We've got 2 very strong snakes. We've got the Neater Snake and Secret Snake. These are both fierce competitors. Super excited to see who's going to be joining them for that championship round. Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
It's. I don't know. Is it going to be? I hope it's Chicken Snake. I hope it's Chicken Snake.
We'll see.
Probably won't.
Probably not.
Probably won't be.
Odds against Chicken Snake.
But I definitely hope. Let's talk about day 3. So day 3 coming up on Saturday here on Twitch, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. The rookie division for day 3 is going to look a little bit different. We've got even more snakes that have joined the Battlesnake Winter Classic.
Very exciting.
For day 3.
Very exciting.
Which is super exciting. We're going to run, instead of 4 groups, we're going to be running 8 groups. So we're going to actually be running a double group stage. So there's going to be group stage 1 and then group stage 2. So there's going to be a lot more snakes, a lot more games to watch, a lot more
always better
games to cast going on, but also smaller groups. So instead of 8 snakes per game, you're going to be seeing 5 or 6 snakes per game. So it's going to be, the competition's going to be a little bit tighter, and the games might be a little bit shorter as well, which is great. So definitely the rookie division is going to be interesting for day 3.
Yeah, some of these snakes might not know how to handle smaller
maybe they're
arenas.
Or maybe they'll do well because they weren't able to handle bigger games, right? Veteran division, we're going to have 4 groups in the group stage as well. Similar to all previous veteran
Very
days.
Familiar with this format.
Familiar with this format. 2 games for each group. Top 2 move on into the same sort of quarterfinals, semifinals, finals breakdown that we had. And then the finals for each division is going to be the best of 3 head-to-head again. We like that format.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. We've got some new interesting. We've got some cool Twitch graphics set up for that, and so we've decided that that's the finals format that we like the best. And so we're going to kind of double down on that.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Best of 3.
Let's look at specifically interesting snakes that you want to keep.
Snakes to watch.
For day 3.
Yeah.
Take us through this list.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm excited about Plan, Do, Check, Act. They've had strong showings both day 1 and day 2. I would love for them to make it into the top spot for day 3.
Would you say that Plan, Do, Check, Act is your pick for day 3 veteran?
Definitely my underdog pick for day 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to see Plan, Do, Check, Act take that top spot. I mean, they placed top 3 day 1 and top 2 day 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a strong chance.
That's a strong showing. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other snake that made it that close. I guess Nieder won and then fell out in the quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely keep an eye on Plan, Do, Check, Act.
One to watch.
Yeah. Who else is on this list?
Undefined Behavior, which we talked about a little bit earlier, the 2019 Advanced Champion for the Victoria event back in March. They were eliminated in the quarterfinals. It was a little disappointing.
That is disappointing.
But
I think our hopes were high. I think the developers behind Undefined Behavior, their hopes were high as well.
Yeah. But that international competition is a little bit trickier than maybe some of the more North American competition that you see at the live event.
Yeah, definitely. It's a whole new pool of competition, a whole new competitive pool here.
Snakes from all over the world.
Snakes from all over the world, and so Undefined Behavior maybe needs to adjust a little bit and see what they can do.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
Chicken snake.
Chicken
Gotta
snake.
love chicken snake.
Chicken snake.
Gotta watch it.
If you're saying Plan, Do, Check, Act is your underdog pick, Chicken Snake is my underdog pick.
I think my underdog pick's got a better chance here.
Chicken Snake failed to show up on day one.
It did.
And failed to make the finals, make it out of group stage.
Yeah, it didn't even make the quarters.
And so on record, Chicken Snake has not made any finals yet. But I think they've got it in them.
Yeah.
I think it's a tried and true strategy. And I think it's definitely one of the more fun snakes to watch.
It is a fun snake to watch. Yeah. We're running, hiding away in that corner, not growing too big. Chicken snake is...
They know who they are.
They're entertaining.
They're entertaining.
Yeah. And we've got Broken Crown. We didn't talk about Broken Crown earlier, but...
No, we didn't mention them.
I wanted to highlight them here. Broken Crown placed second place two tournaments in a row, 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
So they're definitely... could have a big showing again day 3. Yeah. They did pretty well day 1. They made it to the quarterfinals. They didn't make it so well day 2. They got taken out in the group stage.
Right.
But day 3, who knows? Knowing the developer behind Broken Crown, I think they might be doing some changes.
The developer behind Broken Crown has been in the Battlesnake community for a few years now.
Yeah.
One of the more notable people, they've helped us out running the servers and running different programs and making sure the event actually happens every year.
Big open source contributor.
Big open source contributor. We're always very thankful that they get involved when they do. And so we would like to see them do well.
Yeah,
obviously.
Of course, yeah. And I think an homage to that second place is the title, The Broken Crown.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't quite made it yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
They'll get there.
Yeah. And then a fun little highlight that we wanted to highlight.
This one's interesting. Yeah. This is a big question mark.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen here? So AWS, our friends over there, have registered 3 teams across both divisions. Brad, what's unique about the AWS teams?
So here's what we know. We were hanging out with the people behind these snakes a few weeks ago. And all of these snakes have been developed using reinforcement learning specifically. So there's no if statements, there's no traditional machine learning, there's no neural nets. This is all reinforcement learning, specifically using AWS SageMaker. Mm-hmm. And they've only been working on these snakes for
maybe
4 weeks,
a month,
8 weeks, somewhere between 1 and 2 months. And the way, I don't know if you're familiar with reinforcement learning. We've been learning a lot recently.
Yeah, we did. We learned a lot at reInvent.
Yeah, we learned a lot a couple of weeks ago. But reinforcement learning has this unique property where most of these snakes have actually been developed in isolation. They've been training against themselves and trying to figure out ways to make the games last longer, increase their own survivability. And so we're really interested in seeing how these, and the people at AWS, the developers behind them as well, very interested in seeing how they perform in a competitive environment.
There are a lot of new ideas and new strategies that they'll have never seen before. How will they react?
Who knows? And maybe it'll throw some curveballs at some of the other established snakes.
It's
right?
true, yeah.
How's Plan, Do, Check, Act going to do against a reinforcement learning snake? How's Nieder snake going to fare? Right.
Yeah.
We know that those snakes are not using machine learning based techniques, and so once we throw some sort of strongly developed machine learning snakes into the arena,
what's going to happen?
We'll see. Maybe Chicken Snake wins. Never know.
So definitely snakes to watch. I believe they're all named Ross, correct?
They're all variations of Ross.
Ross.
Yes.
We met Ross.
Yeah. We've met variations of Ross as well.
Huh.
Yeah. But we're super excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on. let's talk about the championship format.
The big one.
This is the big one. At the end, coming immediately out of the veteran finals on day 3, on Saturday, 2 days from now.
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Championship format. Walk me through how the championship is going to actually run.
Yeah, so we're looking at 3 snakes from each division.
Yeah.
Going,
we know who 2 of them are.
We know who 2 of them are. So really excited to see who's joining them for this titleship, this championship match. And so we got 3 snakes from each division going head to head. And a little bit of a different win condition this round. We're not going best of 3. We're going first to 3.
First to 3.
So first to 3 points.
Yeah.
You get a point for every match you win.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited to try this out for our championship rounds.
This is the first time we've done multi-win. Well, I guess best of 3 was kind of multi-win, but like this is like 2 or more snakes or 3 or more snakes with multi-win conditions.
Exactly.
So this is a brand new win format for us, and so we're super interested to see how it plays out.
Very excited. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of excitement. You could see one snake dominate just 3 rounds in a row.
3 rounds back to back.
Or you could see like 2 wins across the board.
Yeah.
And then the last round will decide it all between 3 snakes.
Maybe we get 7 games out of it. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Ties will be replayed as always. That's the standard rule here at Battlesnake. So if 2 snakes both die on the same turn or are eliminated on the same turn, we'll just replay the game to see who wins. If there are only 2 snakes that make it into the finals, so say for example Ravioli takes top spot in the rookie division as well, then we'll just run this with 2 snakes. So it'll still be first to 3, but we'll only put the 2 snakes in. And the same for the veteran. If a neither snake makes it, it makes
or
it
secret
again.
snake.
Or secret snake makes it in again. We'll keep this format, but we'll just run 2 snakes in those modes, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
And the winner from each format, from each division, wins
the Winter Classic jacket.
the Winter Classic jacket.
That exclusive. I can't stress it enough.
Made.
Exclusive, custom made Winter Classic jacket.
Yeah.
It's kind of like winning, what is it, the PGA Tour green blazer?
It's probably better. It's probably a little bit better.
It'll definitely be more comfortable.
Yeah, it'll definitely be more comfortable. And less green also, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So I think that's it for our impromptu pregame show.
Impromptu, yeah.
Join us on Saturday. Again, it's this Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can follow us here on Twitch at Battlesnake Official. Hit that follow button, hit the notifications. Make sure you get notified everywhere you are when we go live, so you can tune in and cheer on. It's always a lot of fun to watch the Winter Classic games live. We'll have a bit of a crowd here in the studio, and we'll have a bit of a crowd online and Twitch as well. And you can follow us always at Twitter, on Facebook, at our brand new subreddit, on Instagram, and see what we're doing. We've got a lot of really cool stuff planned.
Very excited. Some big announcements coming at you Saturday. So if you want to be the first to know, you got to tune in.
You're going to have to watch live.
Got to tune in. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Again, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch.
Right here, twitch.tv/Battlesnake Official.
Yeah. Join us and the top tier Boomba for the Winter Classic.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Noah, for
Thanks,
doing
Brad.
this with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see you all Saturday.
Thanks so much.